Years ago, I invented and trademarked the term sales pipeline angioplasty. Well, today, you're going to get a way to perform sales pipeline angioplasty. It's the skill of getting stalled deals moving and dead deals out of your sales pipeline. Here's the reality check. Sales pipelines are clogged with dead and dying deals. Now, here's the pipeline or funnel and all this activity at the top, very few closes coming out the bottom. Everything's clogged in the middle. You got to get them moving or get them out. Here's the research from Chief Sales Officer Insights. 90% of projected deals don't close when they're projected to close. 54% don't close at all. And then of the 54%, 30% of them go to a competitor and 24% of them go to no decision. So I'm going to suggest that you use Art Subject's cleansing question. I interviewed Art a few years ago, and he shared this idea with me. And at the beginning of the year, it'd be a good idea to start using the cleansing question so you can get your pipeline cleaned out and make sure it's filled with real prospects and not just suspects or information seekers. Here's that excerpt from the interview.
Well, I guess I would ask everybody listening to this right now to think about their follow-up files. All of the people right now you have in your follow-up files. These are the people that are sitting there and you're going to be contacting them at some point. The question is, what percentage of those people realistically do you think are actually ever going to do business with you? 60%, 30%, more, less? Well, if you answered 50% or less, that's probably typical and not a very good percentage. Now, why do people hang on to these things? Well, a couple reasons. Maybe one is, well, if we have them in our follow-up files and they eventually ever give us a phone call and decide to buy from us, we're going to get credit for it. But the other one is maybe we're not asking the right questions to get some movement there, to move them forward. Now, what's dangerous about this is that if you look at how much time we are wasting with these people, it is mind-boggling. So here's the deal. Think about how many people you have right now who are not moving in your follow-up files. Now, think about how many times over the course of the year you actually speak with them. Now, that's not only the time that you're wasting there. Think about how many attempts you have to make in order to get them on the phone just once. And then think about the time that you are wasting by preparing to get them on the phone, but we never do anyway. And then if we do, there's no movement there. And there's probably not a salesperson out there who doesn't say, boy, I sure wish I had more time. Well, here's how we can get more time immediately. We need to get movement from the people in our follow-up files by asking the cleansing question. Of course, cleansing means let's clean out our follow-up files. So here's the question. Next time you have these folks on the phone, simply review what you've covered up to this point in the relationship. You might say, Chris, we've talked quite a bit here over the past 6 years or so, and we have agreed that we're going to be able to help you save money, make money, cut costs, whatever the benefits are, and they better be there if you're following up with them. There's got to be a reason. Then ask this question. What is the probability that we're going to be able to do business together within the next week? And attach a time frame to this. Now, think of the possible results you're going to get. They might say 0 probability. Well, great. Now at least you can find out what the real problem is or move them out. One of my most favorite sayings is move them forward or move them out. Now, maybe they'll give you some other probability. Well, that's okay. Now we need to just simply ask more questions to find out what we need to do to move them forward. Or, of course, the result we're looking for is maybe you'll just get the business right now. And you were looking for success stories at a software company I was working with, and I challenged them to do this. And their average sale was normally about $1,500. A guy asked this question with someone who was a fairly large prospect, and the guy said, you're right. Let's just go ahead and get it done. And that sale was worth in the neighborhood of about $15,000, 10 times what his normal sale was, just as a result of asking that question. It was that simple. I had another one that attended my telesales college seminar here. He said I had a guy that had quit buying from me, but I kept him in a follow-up file and just kept calling him. And finally, he said, I just flatly asked the question. And what happened was he started buying from me again. And that one sale, he said, produced a 5-digit projected profit for the company and a 4-digit commission for him, all as a result of that one question.
That's it. What is the probability that we're going to be able to do business together in the next week or month or quarter, whatever works for you? But start asking the cleansing question. Education without action is entertainment. To know and not to do is not to know. Talk soon.